Welcome to Figure Feedback. My name is Jeremy, and in this video, I want to share with you a few 3D prints that I'm either still currently working on or prints that I have already finished that I think are pretty darn cool. And of course, I just want to share them with you. So to get this started out, I want to show you some filament that was kindly sent to me from JamJ. Now, as you can see, this plastic spool is currently empty because I've used all of it. I've used some of JamJ's products in the past, mostly resin, but this time they asked if they could send me some of their filament. So I said, sure, send me some matte filament. Didn't know which ones they were going to send, but they ended up sending me this JamJ matte rainbow filament. They call it Spring. And if I can find a link to this, if you find out that you want it, I'll put it in the description. But along with this spool, in the box was also this plastic bag that you can keep your filament in. Just like maybe after you dry it, you can vacuum seal it and put it in here. So I thought it was kind of cool that they included this bag, and they tend to do that with their products because with resin, it would have like a USB stick in there sometimes. Other times it would have gloves or like a mask or something. So I'm glad they're still kind of giving away those freebies. But for the rainbow filament, what the heck did I decide to print? Well, I am a big Warhammer fan, so I thought I'm going to make a big Warhammer print. This is a Warhammer 40K Terminator helmet, and this was designed by Galactic Armory. And this is not even all the pieces for it. We also got this big piece here that just goes right there. Once I glue everything together, you know, that's going to just stay put. But as it stands right now, I'll let you get a good look of it. This helmet is really freaking cool. Now, the thing about this Terminator helmet, to me, it always kind of looked like a wild boar to me. So while I think it's cool, it's definitely not my favorite type of Space Marine helmet, but it's definitely unique. And I printed this on the Bamboo Lab H2D. And what I really want to show you is basically just the color variations that you get in this particular type of rainbow filament. So if you can just kind of take a look there, you can see just the gamut of colors that comes with it. So it started off, and I don't know if it's like this on every row, but it started off kind of like a light pink. It went up to a lighter green, faded into blue, faded into purple, went into like a kind of a peach, and then kind of went back to the green and just kind of restarts like that. But you can really kind of see it on the back there, that rainbow gradient. And because this is matte filament, it does a pretty decent job at hiding some layer lines, and it definitely has a different feel to it than just regular PLA. So, you know, if that's something you're interested in, you can definitely check that out. But if you're wondering if this helmet is something that you can wear, absolutely. I kept it at 100% scale. And like I said, I don't know if I want to keep it rainbow or if I'm just going to, you know, just sand it, paint over it, do something completely different. So everything just kind of dry fitted on there. I haven't glued anything, so it's definitely not done. But if I take this and kind of put it on like that, I think you kind of get a sense of what this helmet will look like, you know, like on me, minus the big gap in the middle. That part that I just put down is going to cover. But yeah, if you're a fan of Warhammer 40K, I definitely recommend the Galactic Army Patreon. I've been subscribed to them for some months, and they have some really cool models, not just from, you know, Warhammer, but from Star Wars and some games and just really good stuff. I think it's like $15 a month. Well worth it. And yeah, that is this awesome Terminator helmet. Let me put this off to the side. And again, thanks to JamJ for sending me the filament to do that and make it all possible. Since we're talking about rainbows, let's continue with the rainbows. This is a hat, a ball cap. I'll leave a link to where I found this on Maker World, because I saw so many people printing TPU shoes. I'm like, well, I want to print a hat. I like hats, and I printed this with some silk rainbow filament, and I scaled it up to 100%. By default, it's at 98%, but it fits. It totally fits. Check that out. It is a fully wearable 3D printed hat. Now, because this is a hat, I mean, of course, you're not going to throw it in the washing machine if you want to wash it. I wouldn't be really rough with this. It's just something kind of cool that you can just kind of walk around with and wait for someone to say, hey, what's with that hat? And then you go, oh, wait, this thing. Yeah, it's just 3D printed. Yeah, I just printed it at home. Took about, I don't know, like 20 hours, 21 hours, something like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is called silk filament. You know how it is. People ask you about stuff that you 3D print and they think is cool. But this is the textured version of the hat. I believe the maker also has a couple other models. One is just completely smooth. And then there's another one with a logo on it that I think you'll be able to use your own kind of logo to put on the hat to customize it even more. But yeah, I just had this rainbow filament just kind of lying around. I'm like, yo, I totally want to use this. And even though, just like a lot of these circular 3D printed designs, when you look on the inside, it gets kind of funky at the very top. It's still pretty smooth, so it doesn't hurt my head. But I would imagine you can customize this even more if you had like some type of like fabric that you can probably put like some double-sided tape along the edge of this, and you can put some fabric there to make it a little bit more comfortable, like maybe some foam or something, to not only make it more comfortable, but maybe even give it a tighter fit if you find that it's a little bit too loose on your head. Kind of like how they do with like sun hats and cowboy hats. Sometimes they'll have like a sweatband with Velcro that you just pop right there in the front, and then you're able to just have a better fit for the hat. I think I'm going to leave this on. All right, so there's only 3 things I want to show you, so the video is not going to last too long. But the last thing I want to show you is definitely a helmet that I adore. I love this freaking thing. So check this out. This is the Red Guardian. The Red Guardian helmet from the Thunderbolts movie that came out not too long ago. And this was from Yosh Studios, Y-O-S-H, in a previous month. I forget what month this was a part of their offerings on Patreon, but I definitely want to print this one. This is the textured Red Guardian helmet, and I printed this in black, deeply PLA Plus on the Bamboo Lab H2D. Now this deeply filament that I used it before because they sent some to me, but this time I actually bought it on Amazon myself. It was only like $11.99 when I bought it, printed it on the Bamboo Lab H2D, and it was just mwah. It was magnificent. It was beautiful. It came out so good. I really like that filament. It's so freaking cheap. And after it was printed black, I just grabbed myself just this can of satin spray paint, and I think the color of the spray paint is like colonial red, which I thought was kind of fitting for the Red Guardian, or ironic, however you want to look at it. And I just took this thing outside and I just gave it, little spray once over. I didn't want to cover the entire thing. I wanted to let some of that black still shine through. And I think that this is a nice balance. So it's sort of a darker red. It's brighter in some areas, darker in other areas. And I think it helps to lend to that somewhat worn aspect of this, as if this was leather. Now, because I didn't size this up or print it in more than one piece, this does not fit my head. It can fit the head of a child, but if you print it individually, then, you'll be able to get it that way. And one other thing that I did was I printed these little hooks here, and that's where like a strap would go. I printed these in resin, and then I spray painted these silver and glued them in. The star is also resin that I just spray painted silver, glued it in. And then I just painted by hand these little circles around the top of the helmet, just to give it a little bit more contrast, help it to pop a little bit more. It's definitely one for the display. But yeah, that's really all I want to show you in this little short video. So I guess you can say 3 somewhat wearable things that I've been printing lately. If you got a small enough head, you can wear this, but definitely can wear this Terminator helmet. And yeah, I'll leave the links to the Patreons where I got these 2 from, and then the link to Maker World where I got this one from, and as well as the filament that I use if you are so interested. But yeah, this was fun. This is what I've been printing lately, and it's been a pretty good time. So that's going to do it from now. I want to know, what are you printing? What kind of projects that you might be working on, no matter what it is. I mean, you like printing helmets and statues and that kind of thing? Let us know down in the comments, because someone might find it interesting and might want to just go and print it out for themselves. So that's going to do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Till next time, take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you soon.